take a stroll with me back to 2016, will you? When everyone and their mother was coming down on Donald Trump after he won the election because real, legitimate, racist, and white nationalists hailed his victory as an achievement of the age. Let's look at this article from The Atlantic. This is from November 21st, 2016. Hail Trump, white nationalists salute the president-elect. Video of an alt-right conference in Washington, D.C., where Trump's victory was met with cheers and Nazi salutes. Hail Trump, hail our people, hail victory. That's how Richard B. Spencer saluted the more than 200 attendees on Saturday gathered at the Ronald Reagan Building in Washington, D.C. for the annual conference of the National Policy Institute, which describes itself as an independent organization dedicated to the heritage, identity, and future of people of European descent in the United States and around the world. Spencer has popularized the term alt-right to describe the movement he leads. Spencer has said his dream is a new society, an ethno-state that would be a gathering point for all Europeans, and has called for peaceful ethnic cleansing. So, Richard Spencer is a bad dude. I don't support Richard Spencer. I don't condone Richard Spencer. I would not put myself within 50 feet of Richard Spencer if I could possibly help it. But when this happened, the media, of course, saw this golden opportunity. Oh my God, white nationalists support Trump. That is the ultimate proof that Trump is a racist. Well, oh, how the tables have turned. I gotta tell you, a smile appeared across my face this morning when the very first tweet that I saw was from Richard B. Spencer saying, I plan to vote for Biden and a straight Democratic ticket. It's not based on accelerationism or anything like that. The liberals are clearly more competent people. That's right. The white nationalist that endorsed Trump back in 2016, that celebrated Trump's victory, that was the ultimate evidence of Trump's racism, now doesn't support Trump anymore. Now he supports Joe Biden. And he followed it up with this tweet later saying, I'm on Team Joe. Richard Spencer, liberals are clearly more competent. And I have to tell you, I laughed especially when I scrolled down on this one and I saw Lydia, who's on the Timcast IRL podcast. She's his producer. And she said, I just can't get over how Richard's given up on Trump because Trump isn't a white nationalist. That's right, folks. That's right. The white nationalists, the real live Nazis, are now endorsing Joe Biden. And this should come as a surprise to absolutely no one, because if you look at the language of the Democratic Party, you look at the language that the progressives have been using for months and months and months now, it's racist. They're overtly racist. Robin DiAngelo, the author of that cursed book, White Fragility, is an overtly racist person. And I'm not just saying that, she admits it in the book. She talks about how she is a racist in the book. She talks about how her friends will just forgive her racist tendencies because they know that's the way that she was socialized. I'm not kidding. I've made like 15 billion videos about it on this channel. Okay, not quite 15 billion, but I've made a lot of videos about it on this channel. I've taken excerpts from the book. If you don't believe me, go and check it out. And I feel like I'm living in bizarro world where the party that, because I was a Democrat from the time I was 18 up until last February, and one of the reasons I joined the Democratic Party when I was 18 is I perceived them to be the party of tolerance. I perceived them to be the party of inclusion, and I still do believe at the time they were, but they're not anymore. Listen, folks, the nature of the Democratic Party has changed so much. And I really think that most of the people who support the Democratic Party nowadays do not realize how much it's changed. I think about my mother. My mother is obviously older because I'm old, and she won't even talk to me at this point. She won't even answer my phone calls or my texts or anything because she's so mad, I believe, that I'm supporting Trump and that I'm going to the rallies and I'm trying to, garner support in that way and convince people to leave the Democratic Party because I think they fundamentally changed and I don't believe it's good. But I don't have bad feelings or ill will towards my mother for that. I really don't. I think that she just doesn't understand that she's not on the team with the good guys anymore. And because she's older, it's like harder to explain that to her. And I think that that's honestly the case with so many Democrats. They're part of the party. They're doing what they're doing. They're voting for Joe Biden because they think it makes them a good guys. And they're literally aligning with white nationalists. Now, I do not believe, unlike the Democrats, I do not believe that the people who endorse a candidate are necessarily a reflection of that candidate's values. I think that Richard Spencer probably does not reflect Joe Biden's values, but they're the ones that started this little game. They're the ones that wrote articles like this, and oh my gosh, how many panels did we see on CNN and MSNBC talking about Trump has the support of white nationalists, he has the support of people in Charlottesville, therefore he is a racist. Trump didn't start this little game. The media did, and the Democrats did. And so now, if we're playing by their rules, guess what? Joe Biden is a racist, mother effer. Joe Biden is a racist by the rules of the Democratic Party that they established back in 2016 when they made this the central part of their argument. When they made race the central part of their argument, they are the ones that caused this. So, of course, Biden has come out and, listen, we have to be fair. Team Biden has come out and has rejected this endorsement and condemns views as absolutely repugnant. This is in Newsweek. A spokesman for Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden rejected an endorsement from alt-right figure Richard Spencer late Sunday evening, calling the white nationalist views absolutely repugnant. When Joe Biden says we are in a battle for the soul of our nation against vile forces of hate who have come crawling out from under the rocks, you are the epitome of what he means. What you stand for is absolutely repugnant. Your support is 10,000% unwelcome here, Andrew Bates, the director of rapid response for Biden's campaign, tweeted. Newsweek reached out to Biden for further comment, but it did not respond at the time of publication. Spencer, 42, previously backed Trump in the 2016 election, but he tweeted an endorsement for Biden on Sunday. I plan to vote for Biden in a straight Democratic ticket because it's not, and we've already read that. I guess the question now is, how are we supposed to take this? I suppose you could make the argument that Richard Spencer is playing a little game to try to help Trump if he's still on Trump's team, but I don't think he is. I think that he has honestly learned, look at the support that Trump has given the African American community. Before coronavirus, the black unemployment rate was the lowest that it had been in absolute history. He had that great State of the Union where he highlighted so many stories from the black experience and black voices. He was the one that got prison reform done. Obama didn't get that done. Trump got that done. And I have to think that people like Richard Spencer, who is a legitimate white nationalist, was kind of looking at this and be like, this does not align with what I see in the world. In fact, you're working against what I want in the world, Trump. So, he's endorsing Biden. Take it for what it's worth. I just am amused by this. This is like comeuppance right here. This is karma coming around to bite the Democrats in the butt, and I am living for it. It is amazing. So that's all I really have to say about that. Guys, if you liked this video, if you enjoy the content I'm creating on this channel, I'm really trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by Election Day, so you can help me out by subscribing to the channel, turning on the notifications, giving the video a thumbs up, all the usual stuff. Also, if you think you're subscribed, listen, man, just go ahead and do a double check for me because YouTube may have made that decision for you. And yeah, that's all I've got for this one. I'll see you guys soon.